Hey guys, Kevin Cleary here with a quick first impressions on the first Sencut that I have ever tried. So I've been wanting to check one of these out for a while. If you're in the US, you can buy these on Amazon. In Canada, you can't, which sucks. But Justin over at White Mountain Knives has had a few in stock, so I thought I would finally pick one up. Very, very quickly, this is how they ship. So you still get this nice pouch as if you were buying a Wii or a Civivi. You get a microfiber cloth that says Sencut. You get a little card. No stickers or other fancy paraphernalia in there. It does come in a bag. So that's how they ship in case you've never had one before like me, although you're probably, if you're like me, one of the last people on the planet left that hasn't had one. There is the knife itself. This is the Sencut Snap. This design was the one I liked the best. And I've given it a couple of quick once overs. I've flipped it, I've opened it, I've closed it, I've wiggled it around a bit. So far, it seems halfway decent. So if you're just looking for a pretty budget knife and you're wondering how this compares to a standard Civivi, like pretty darn close. Let me give you a quick rundown on size and weight here. I didn't pre-measure this one, mostly because I'm just lazy. So let me go ahead and show you. All right, so we got about 8 and, just a little over 8 inches, not quite 8 and 1/8. Blade length is going to be 3.5, meaning the handle is going to be about 4.5, maybe a little bit over 4.5. Grip area here, if we come down, take a look there, about 3 and 5/8, maybe 3 and 5/8 grip area. So if you have really large hands, even though this is a fairly full size knife, really large hands may not be ideal. The weight on this, I did weigh it a minute ago, and it was 3.7 ounces. So not that bad. Pretty comfortable knife to carry around in pocket. Now, let's touch on this blade really quick. We've got this flat ground stone-washed blade in 9CR18 MOV, which is a really nice deal. So I'm glad to see. I just assumed, guys, that the budget version would be like 8CR13 or, it would be just cheaper, crappier steel. But 9CR18 MOV is pretty decent steel, very good budget steel. So that's very nice to see. The G10 is nicely finished, a little bit grippy. The fit and finish is pretty good here. We've got slightly rounded liners, nice deep carry clip with flush screws. Like to see that. The action, I do have a complaint about that right away. Maybe you're already seeing it. The lock bar is just a little hard to get my fingers on, so I kind of have to shove the fat of my thumb in there to get that lock bar over. Now, once I get it out of the way, it closes well. The detent is great, nice and snappy action. I've noticed, the stonewash finish makes this blade sticky enough that if there's a little bit of humidity, so my hands are a little sticky, I can flick this open pretty well. So I like to see that. So what's my first impression? Yeah, this is a really nice knife for a pretty low price. Like these come in around 35 bucks, I think. Maybe 40, but they're quite reasonable. Okay, a little cheaper than your standard Civivi. And so if you're just looking for a decent EDC knife and you're on a tight budget, this is not a bad option at all. There are probably other models where the lock bar is a little more accessible. So that is kind of a pain in the neck. I would have liked to see that more accessible. Yeah, you can see there I completely failed to get a hold of it and just slipped off the knife. So I don't like that. Otherwise, though, it's comfortable in hand. The jimping feels good. The blade stock is on the thin side, so I wouldn't call this like a heavy-duty, hard-use knife. Even the liners are fairly thin. But, it doesn't have a lot of flex. It's pretty confidence-inspiring that way. The clip is pretty well done. So all in all, yeah, I don't have much bad to say about this. Now, one thing I will do for sure is try a couple other of these knives because, here's a perfect example. Like I bought this thinking it should be pretty good, and it is, but the clip, the lock bar is hard to get a hold of. Now, I have a pretty strong suspicion that won't be the case with all of these, so I'm going to try to get my hands on a few other Sencut models just so that I can tell you guys, hey, avoid these ones because, they're all going to be around the same price, same materials, same functionality. At least that's what I'm assuming. But, if that's the case, why not buy the one that doesn't get anything wrong? Okay. So there you go. That's my first impression. We will, oh yeah, go over to White Mountain Knives. Check it out. If you want to buy one of these from there, you can save yourself 10% off using my discount code SHARPSTUFF. And I would encourage you to do that because it does help the channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and we will talk to you soon.